Sometimes it's good to go back to a simpler time. And since this weekend, I broke down and bought some Core 19, I figured, why not open it and just share it? We can have some fun, just some good old-fashioned good times, and then try to do something a little different with it. And I'll take the rares and lay them out and see how they age. Now, I am certain I know how they will age, but it will be a fun little science experiment. Now, Core 19 I thought was going to be really great. I'm hearing some questionable things about the draft format, which is odd because these things are normally, the core set's normally decent draft, at least well balanced. But I'm curious what you think. Aegis of the Heavens, Suspicious Bookcase, Mirror Image, and Leonin War Leader. Part of the problem, I think, is the EV expected value is really rough. Even with something like Crucible of Worlds and Scapeshift in it, it's still really boom or bust, which is not something I like to see with booster packs, especially with Mythics. Now, I know why they did this with Mythics, I think. Somebody in there said, well, core sets are for new and returning players and casual players, so let's just put a bunch of giant dragons in there, dragoons. Everyone loves their dragoons. But the problem is, you end up with like 5 mythics that are worth $1. Again, even with, you have the same problem to a smaller degree as you do with like master sets, where you're paying $10 for a pack and you end up with a bunch of rares that are worth like 50 cents or $1. It really bothers people. Gigantosaurus, like this is definitely for a casual player. 5 mana 10/10, I mean, of course it is. Now you have Nicol Bolas the Ravager still sitting at an insanely high price of $32. But once that drops, and make no mistake it will, it's going to be brutal. They did sneak some good reprints in here, though. Supreme Phantom. Definitely would have liked to go to this pre-release. Would have liked to see Garruk in this set, but it looks like I was wrong about Garruk. Looks like he may be coming back after all. Detection Tower. Now, core sets don't always have like the craziest pulls. That's just what they are. They usually sneak a few cards in them. I always thought if they were going to do expeditions properly, Desecrated Doom, they should have done that in core sets, because then they would have sold, because they wanted to dump the core sets because they didn't sell that well. But if they would have put expeditions in it, it would have sold well. They didn't need a lot of help. They don't need a lot of help to sell the normal sets. Vivian's Invocation. And why did you bring in Vivian? That didn't make any sense either. Either print Garruk. If you're not going to print Garruk, print Nissa. Why have a whole new Planeswalker in this set? It doesn't make any sense to me. But yeah, did you go to pre-release for M19? Gutter Snipe, that's a nice one. Hungering Hydra. Oops. I do like they have the slow lands. Definitely helpful for new players when they want to draft or play sealed. I think we got a foil in here. Lena, Selfless Champion. And a Resco Swiftclaw. I opened some boxes with Count Dankula Saturday. They were pretty rough. Did you open M19? It definitely has that new glossy finish, but still feels like The card stock's too damn thin. What's coming up this week? Well, I'm getting ready for Gen Con. So if there's anything you want to see at Gen Con, please start emailing me at watsyasked@gmail.com or on Twitter. I'm going to be there all 4 days. Going to get a lot. Hey, there's an Ajani. Going to get a lot of interviews in. A lot of booth time. Going to meet with a lot of you. Whether you want to meet up from this channel or the quartering, which at this rate is somehow going to pass 5 years worth of work on Unsaved Media is going to get passed over by the quartering in 6 months. Oh, there we go. That is some spicy back-to-back pulls. Nicol Bolas and a Johnny back-to-back. Nice. So we'll have a lot to talk about at Gen Con. You know, and I've talked about branching out and covering other things, and I think I just got too discouraged because, you know, I would do something offhand, you know, and then nobody would watch it or very few people would watch it. But I think I just have to commit to that. I think I just have to understand that most of you all are still here from Magic, and in time, because I've had like Star Wars Destiny and Legendary Encounters just chilling back there, might as well make a video on them. Cleansing Nova. Our foil rare is a Phylactery Lich. Decent. So yeah, if there's something I know I'm going to interview the Skylanders guys and gals, their team. They have a new expansion coming out. Skylanders intrigues me. It's not really for me. I think it's just for a little younger generation. Or like if you're going to play with your kids or something. But I do really appreciate their Chaos Wand. I appreciate their 360 approach with the app and augmented reality. This is what Magic should have done when Magic had the funds investment opportunity to do so. We'll see where Magic stands. Bone Drain. Let's get into the Bone Zone. Not a great mythic. I'd like to see Crucible of Worlds. That would be all right. Banefire. So yeah, that's what I'll be doing. Getting ready down here in the basement, cleaning up that back shelf. Gonna bring back just a ton of new stuff. I'm also gonna bring back a ton of dead TCGs. I'm gonna try to anyway. I mean, it's gonna depend how expensive they are, I suppose. There are so many to go through, I don't have to necessarily do any of the ones that are really, really expensive, you know? A lot of good suggestions from the Dead TCG series videos. Palaka Worm. I have a feeling that's going to be like a slow burn series. Like the Hearthstone or the World of Warcraft TCG video I did on Sunday did pretty well. Some of them don't, but I think they'll be like, it'll be one of those series that somebody will stumble across one when it's all said and done, when I've done like 30 or 40 of them. And they'll just chill and watch the whole playlist. So I'm sticking with that. There's a lot we can learn from dead trading card games like Shadowrun or Rage. So did you draft M19? Lightning Strike, that's always first pickable. And Splashable. Come on, Crucible of Worlds. That's what we want. Probably have room for maybe one more Mythic, so let's make it a good one. Murder's a good uncommon. Transmogrifying Wand. This year, I'm looking forward greatly to Gen Con this year because last year was so busy and so crazy that I was just kind of flying by the seat of my pants. Did a walk around video, didn't really get any good interviews in, didn't really, I got overwhelmed. There's just too much going on. Also, I made a huge mistake, Sun Cleanser, and stayed probably too far away from the grounds. So it let me be demotivated about heading down there. Like, I would go in late, and then once I was home, I would take a shower, because after you're at a convention all day, all you want to do is shower. So you shower, and then I didn't want to get back in the cab and head back Omniscience. I didn't want to take another $20 Uber ride down there. So this year, I booked a hotel right across the street for an insane price. Triple what it normally is. But I figured if I don't do that, I won't go Sigil Sorn of Valoran. I won't go enough. And if I actually am across the street, I can just walk over, no excuses, do my videos, and probably be able to do, instead of doing 2 or 3 videos last year, I'll do 20 this year. Kind of like Angry Joe does, then put interviews out, kind of trickle them out in the following week. Liliana's contract was giving up her boobs. She didn't know she was signing, but she did it, and they took them. Millstone, gotta love Mill. I don't care. I know it's degeneracy, but I still like it. So how are you enjoying, if you're enjoying the more content, almost daily videos now, I think you're enjoying it. Seems like people are getting more used to watching it. Wind Reader Sphinx. That looks pretty good in foil. But I do see all your comments and all your upvotes on the videos, and I appreciate that. It kind of keeps me going. Keeps me pumping out that second video maybe on Mondays. Gift of Paradise. Sleep, Fel Spectre, and Isolate. I just want to open a crucibleofworlds.com. Probably foily, even though that's highly unlikely, .com, .net. Goroclaw. I do like the new border. I don't know how I was about it the first time. I'd have to go back and watch my video. I mean, I know the border isn't an important thing. There's a lot of millstones. I've been open a lot of millstones. Open 2 of these in draft, and then take all the walls and all the fogs and all the life gain. Mistcaller. All right, last rare. I feel it. It's a mythic. I feel it. I feel it. I feel it way down in my plums. Do you feel it too? Like the video if you feel it. Oh, it's an artifact. Could be Crucible of Worlds. It isn't. Oh. Well, I thought, you know, we had a chance. I hope you enjoyed this old-timey Positive Patty video. If you did, make sure you thumbs it up before you leave. Look forward to reading your comments in the comment section down below. We'll talk to you again real soon.